Hi everybody, today you're going to be taking your Unit 5, a new government quiz, the Articles of Confederation and the Constitutional Convention. I'm going to be reading the quiz to you. Remember, as you're taking this quiz, you can go back to any resource that you feel that you've been given by me or Mrs. Sanatore to help you. I highly suggest you refer to the slide presentation. I highly suggest you look at the test study guide or quiz study guide that Mrs. Sanatore sent your way. Definitely look through my social studies section or channel on my academic skills page, and we will get started. Remember, you can pause and play, go back, do whatever you need to do to get this done, and you have until the end of the day, so you should be fine. If you have any questions or concerns, please make sure you contact me. Number 1. During and immediately after the Revolutionary War, what was the first written plan of government used to govern the 13 states? The Articles of Confederation, the Constitution, the Magna Carta, or the Albany Plan of Union? Number 2. One reason that states wanted a constitution was to limit the power of individual citizens, reduce the number of people who could vote, limit the power of the government, expand the rights of slaves and free blacks. Number 3. The Articles of Confederation created a weak national government, partially because most Americans were still loyal to Britain, afraid of giving the government too much power, uncertain about a democratic government, unwilling to send delegates to Congress. Number 4. Under the Articles of Confederation, what did Congress not have the power to do that is most necessary to the functioning of any government? So 3 of these choices are things that the Congress did have the power to do under the Articles of Confederation. You're looking for the one that Congress could not do. They did not have the power to do. They did not have the power to grant patents, collect taxes, establish post office, declare war. Number 5. Shays' Rebellion was important because it showed Americans that British influence was still strong. The Articles of Confederation were not working. Massachusetts had an efficient state government. Soldiers were reluctant to arrest citizens, or soldiers were kind of concerned, scared, didn't want to arrest citizens. Number 6. What was the original purpose of the Constitutional Convention of 1787? So when they first decided to have this Constitutional Convention, what was the original reason why they were meeting? To adopt Benjamin Franklin's Albany Plan of Union, to select candidates for the next election, to establish a naval academy for the United States, to request a revision of the Articles of Confederation. Number 7. In what city did the Constitutional Convention meet? Philadelphia, Baltimore, Charleston, New York. Number 8. What state did not send representatives to the Constitutional Convention? Virginia, New Jersey, Connecticut, Rhode Island. Number 9. Who was the chairman of the Constitutional Convention? James Madison, Alexander Hamilton, George Washington, Daniel Shays. 10. Which leader, known as the father of the Constitution, kept a record of events and debates at the Constitutional Convention? So he was writing everything down. Was it Thomas Jefferson, John Adams, James Madison, Alexander Hamilton? 11. Delegates to the Constitutional Convention decided to keep their talk secret because they knew everyone would be proud of the plan, wanted to be able to explore every issue without pressure. They feared the work of British spies. They wanted to keep the American people from seeing their leaders' weaknesses. Number 12. What was the main issue that was different between the Virginia Plan and the New Jersey Plan? Counting slaves in the population for purposes of representation in government. Representation of states in the legislative branch. The election of a president. The president's right to appoint Supreme Court justices. Number 13. At the Constitutional Convention, what state's plan of government called for a one-house legislature where all states would have the same number of votes? New York, Virginia, New Jersey, Rhode Island. Number 14. How many branches of government does the United States Constitution have? 1, 2, 3, or 4? Number 15. Which branch of government carries out the laws? The executive branch, the judicial branch, the legislative branch, or the courts? Number 16. What compromise determined that each state would have 2 senators, but that representation in the House would be based on each state's population? The Virginia Plan, the Executive Compromise, the Great Compromise, or the 3/5 Compromise? Number 17. What body of the legislative branch of government is called the upper house? The Senate, the House of Representatives, the Supreme Court, the Cabinet. 18. What is the total number of United States senators? 400, 104, 75, 100. Number 19. How many members are there in the United States House of Representatives? 50, 104, 435, 243. 20. The 3/5 Compromise dealt with what topic? Slavery, foreign commerce, division of the territories, or the election of the president? 21. What did the Commerce, also known as the Slave Trade Compromise, allow Congress to do? Sell stock to fund the building of factories. Regulate the hours of work in a day. Tax Southern exports. Prohibit the slave trade after 1808. A document in which the laws, principles, organization, and processes of a government are established is a commerce, constitution, confederation, or declaration. 23. Which of the following groups did not support the Constitution in its original form? Anti-Federalists, merchants, Federalists, the British, did not support the Constitution in its original form. 24. What name is given to the first 10 amendments to the Constitution? The Bill of Rights, the Declaration of Independence, the Articles of Confederation, the Emancipation Proclamation. And 25. What had to happen before the Constitution could go into effect? It had to be opposed. it had to be tested, it had to be vetoed, or it had to be ratified. Again, make sure you look back through your notes, textbooks, homework, slide presentations, anything that you need to be successful. You may rewind this video as you need and play questions back. If you have any questions for me at all, please reach out.